I'd like to have a big, warm Weiser welcome for Mr. John Depew.
Thank you. He's right. Eventually, you keep making records and your house gets fuller and fuller of records and t-shirts and all that kind of stuff. Place on the mountain where no one else goes, where the pinions grow close on a razorback ridge, where the wind can't decide which direction to blow, so it swirls and it moans in a high road slow. There's a place on the mountain where a man can be still, passage of time if he listens close, when trouble and sorrow fit into their place, and this reckless pursuit seems a meaningless waste. And I wonder, how cast fire might a boy faring strange, lost in the valley where the shadows grow tall in the back. With just one long breath in the right state of mind, put me back on the in my mind, where I write down my troubles and fold them up tight, leave them under stone at the altar of prayer for whoever is listening. And I wonder, I cast fire light upon a fearing stranger, lost in the valley where the shadows grow tall in the back of my mind, to that lonesome call. With just one long breath in the right state of mind, with just one long breath in the right state of mind, yeah, one long breath in the right state of mind, put me back on the mountain. Well, thank you. This is water, I promise. Well, I just got here from Washington State, where it's like 55 degrees out on the coast. And, at home, I live in Kansas, and at home it's probably at least this hot and way more humid. But I haven't been there, so this sucks. But I like coming to Ontario and Weiser. I like Weiser very well. I like Ontario pretty well, mostly because John lives there. So maybe I'll do this song. John and I, this guy here, John Dennis, and I go on a backpacking trip about every year. That's been lovingly referred to for a few years now as the Johnathon. John and John.
You get it. Okay. Clever people. Anyway, this is a song I wrote about those. It has a bunch of high notes in it that I'm probably going to butcher. So look forward to that. I said a prayer on the back of a raven, dressed to the walls of the Leprechaun Canyon, in hopes that the maker forget the confusion of neural connections for the thoughts that flow through them. Oh my God, you found me, scrambling through the needles of your mind. And I said a prayer in the curl of a wind's horn. May we remember our wildness, the reason we came here. May we take on the power of bitter knocking over. May our hearts reflect something of this vastness and certainty. Oh my God, you found me, tapping out the reach when my heart breaks, when my cup overflows, when I'm brought to tears, hanging off the side of a mountain or on the fountain green road, walking in the late summer sunset with my darling. I'll be out in the backyard staring at the funnel cloud. And if it swallows me up and spits me out in the stratosphere, if I fall, man, I know I'm falling. And if I die, man, I know I'm dying. To those I love, really know I love them. But while I live, may I be absorbed in every moment. Oh, you guys are very, very kind. I think this is the part of the fight with the cold. You know, like at the end of a UFC fight when the guys are just like kind of like draped over each other and sort of limply punching. That's where we're at in this particular fight. It's not really happening anymore. It's just gonna have to admit that somebody's gonna lose, and I think it's me. Before I went totally freaking insane and became a professional musician, I used to work for the post office. And you spend a lot of time by yourself in a car when you do that. It's, you know, just difficult not to go insane. I can't hear all that well either, so it's surprisingly difficult to tune a guitar. I don't know if I'm making it better or worse. It sounds better, but I'm doubting myself. Anyway, it's just hard not to go crazy when you're by yourself that much. Technology, man. Okay. So I wrote this song, this kind of a whiny song about having a job. Because, nobody really likes having a job, given the choice. So I wrote this song about having to have a job, and then I quit my job and started doing exactly what I wanted all the time, and found out that I was still miserable. Which, sort of makes you realize that the job wasn't the problem. I am the problem. So I found this Jackson Browne song. I don't even know if I can sing this, but I'm going to try it. I found this Jackson Browne song that I just love, that I think really speaks much better about any of this than I ever did. So I made myself a sandwich of Jackson Browne with John Depew in the middle for context. I'm sitting down by the highway, down by that highway side. Everybody's going somewhere just as fast as they can ride. I guess they got a lot to do before they can rest assured their lives are justified. Pray to God for me, babe, he can let me slide. Tell me what's so wrong with singing Jackson Browne, or sitting quiet when the singing does no good. Tell me why you paint 100 portraits of 100 perfect strangers when you came to paint the sunset over Taberwash. It's America. We got bills to pay. Keep on showing up and hoping for a better day. Tell me, what's the number I should shoot for in my 401k before I can leave this place and go out on the road? I should be thankful for the good things that I've had. Don't have no good. Have I stepped in the same trap as every man I've ever known? Though I smelled it for a mile away, traded hope in dimes and pennies for security. Found it wasn't quite the life that I expected it to be. In America, 'cause we got bills to pay. Keep on showing up and hoping for a better day. And on that day, the list grows ever longer. What I want to do, 20 years of wishes that I've held on to. I hope I'm strong and I live long enough to make it worthwhile. Tell me what's so wrong with singing Jackson Browne, or sitting quiet when the singing does no good. I've been up and down this highway far as my eyes can see. No matter how fast I run, I can never seem to get away from me. I'm just a day away from where I wanna be. Now I'm running home, baby, like a river to the sea. Baby, if you can hear me, turn down your radio. There's just one thing I want you to know. When you've been near me, I felt the love stirring in my soul. Oh, you know what? I can't do that just yet. Okay. I don't know where my daughters went, but they asked me if they could dance. And I told them yes. Where are they? They're gone. I have a friend who was 9 years old a few years ago. His name's Bowen. And we were hanging out at a bluegrass festival in the campground one day. And I asked him what kind of music he likes, and he said, I like to hear songs about people dying. And so I asked him, what's something I could write a song about that you would like? And he said, write a song about somebody falling off a cliff. So I did. Here's my song about somebody falling off a cliff that my daughters love to sort of act out. Well, I was walking home from school on Friday late in the afternoon when I thought, hey, what a beautiful day for a walk in the shady woods. So I turned left when I should have turned right, and boy, oh boy, what a beautiful sight. There were trees as really tall trees and squirrels in the tops that were singing to me. They said, John, the world is your lobster. John, you can listen to us, man. We're not imposters. We're trustworthy squirrels, dude. And we've been waiting in the treetops all day to tell you that the world is your lobster. Well, as you can imagine, I was feeling pretty good, so I kept on walking through that shady wood. I came to a stream and stopped for a big let a fish swim. And he said to me, John, the world is your lobster. John, you can listen to me. I'm a fish, I should know. It's official, bro. The world is your lobster. Here's the place where I usually do a really complicated scat solo. So let's just imagine that I'm impressing you all right now. Are you guys tired yet? Alright, well, I thanked that fish and I went on my way because it was getting dark and I was running late. My mom and dad will be mad real soon if I didn't get home and clean my room, and I was getting kind of hungry for a taco bowl when a wise old owl hooted from his hole. He said, hey, there's a cliff right there in front of you. Look out. But I didn't really hear him in my haste to get back home and to wash my face, sit down for supper with my family, and eat a bunch of tacos. Ah! that's Olive and Ivy and Etta Depew. And I tuned this before I started, but I swear it's wrong now. So, oh, let's see. One of the cool things about being a mandolin player is how small they are, which comes in handy all kinds of times, like when you're, I don't know, like riding a horse, I guess, or bicycle, driving a car. There's all kinds of great opportunities to play the mandolin. So this is a song that I wrote sort of about being replaced by technology. I intend to write a new song about the broom and the Roomba, but I haven't got that done yet, so this one I'll have to do. This is about a riverboat man. Got put out of business basically by the interstates and the semi-transit system. My home is on the river, they call me River Jim. I learned to lead the channel from the best of them. I grew up on the river since I was just 13. Scrubbing decks and shoveling coal to make the steam. I think there's mucus between my brain and my mouth. But the times are changing quickly as times have lately done. This slow way of living is dying on. Many men have come before me, but after would be few who learn to read the channel as their life's pursuit. But those white freight liners straw away the freight. Now there ain't much work for rivermen since a year stay, and they drag down the highway. What sees you to flow? So I bought myself a Peterbilt and left my home behind, cutting through the darkness, trying to stay between the lines. The pay's the same or better, but it's not where I belong. I yearn to see the cattails and hear the river song. I long to see the river from the river's point of view, hunkered down between the shorelines where there's nothing left to do but wash the herons glad. Sun like it's the first day of creation, like life has just begun. 'Cause those white freight liners stole away the freight. Now there ain't much work for rivermen since the interstate. They drag down the highway. What sees you to float? Now the days are rolling numbered for the You know, it ain't much different than a caveman town when a man in a suit made you walk the line. We got bills to pay, we got shoes to shine. It ain't much different than a caveman town. I went to fly to a gig, I had my mandolin case and strapped a bucket across my face. Launched a catapult into outer space. It ain't much different than the caveman time. It ain't much different than the caveman time when a man in a suit made you walk the line. We got bills to pay, we got shoes to shine. It ain't much different than the caveman time. Let the mandolin play. You know the troubadour's gonna lost the groove, telling the people how the spirit moves. For the human race, you better sing the blues. It ain't much different than the caveman time. It ain't much different than the caveman time when the man in a suit made you walk the line. We got bills to pay, we got shoes to shine. It ain't much different than the caveman time. Danny Barnes that just popped into my head. How about some John Hartford? It's a pity what's there. All the kids in the gutter running with a bear. How much money do I have to get me set where the jet set gets up on the hill where they do the boogie? I wonder what they're doing when they do the boogie, and I wonder what they're doing here. That man gonna bust your head, roll you over and leave you alone. He's 20 minutes later, gotta be back home up on the hill where they do the boogie. I wonder what they're doing when they do the boogie, and I wonder what they're doing see coming at me on the TV screen. Every time the boogie, well, it gives me a thrill, but they always seem to do it way up on the hill where they do the boogie. I wonder what they're doing when they do the boogie, and I wonder what they're doing Yeah, some folks say that a hippie won't steal, but I caught 3 in my cornfield. One had a flag and the other had a bomb, and the third old boy wasn't getting on home. Up on the hill where they do the boogie. I wonder what they're doing when they do the boogie, and I wonder what they're doing here. Way up on the hill where they do the boogie. I wonder what they're doing when they do the boogie, and I wonder what I'm doing here. This would just be torturous if it wasn't fun for me. So I'm sorry for you folks. But all right, let's see here. Hog killing has really high notes in it. Let's just see what happens. This is a song that I wrote about turning pigs into sausage. And the first step of that is you have to kill a pig. And, they don't like that a whole lot, I don't reckon. So it starts off a little dark. This was inspired by a Wendell Berry poem. Anybody know Wendell Berry? No, besides... Okay. Well, Wendell Berry is great. A bullet to the head and a knife to the throat. Not one but both to do the job right. We've pinched and skimped and cussed and cried to keep the feed bins full and the mortgage paid. But God, how these frozen nights step through the burn and hold the lantern high, our breath all melting crystalline. Our life exhales in silence. Let them all stand still for the bullet. Let them die with the sound of the shot in the air. Let them each lock eyes with the shooter in the moment before the shot rings. Let the jugular blood spring hot to the knife as hogs turn to people. By our hunger, by the blood on our hands, we persist a little longer. Stubble fields, thinking about the payments due in the coming year. The cattle bunched up to the south of the cedar trees, not far from the dried up well in the water tank. We walked the same path right down to the desk, feet and hooves alike, trace the same tracks. Throw my bones the gully where the sheets and the hearts bleach white when my time comes. Let the stroke of the heart attack drop me, let me down my way to the ground. Let me go on a tender word that my wife and my kids might remember. Let me leave some advice for my grandkids. Stay home and fry yourself a grilled cheese sandwich. By our hunger, our bond is renewed. We persist a little longer. Here's a tune that, just a little instrumental tune that my friend Andrew wrote and named after his neighbor's dog, whose name apparently is El Chapo. See how I did that? There's the hog killing. How many times does a weaver work the shuttle back and forth? The red and yellow threads that make the broadcloth. How many times does the seamstress thimble thread the needle through to sew the seam snug as my belonging unto you? And how many lines does a poet cast before she snags a keeper from the dark and murky waters of her mind? Space and time, your life and mine, we're cut and sewn together to send us tumbling into this forever. While we're here, darling, nobody knows. Particles bonding and breaking apart. But I saw your face in the stars where I lay flat on my back in the sand. I understood. How many ways can a thought be turned into seen a little different? Hold it in your hands and look it over. And how many days can a wake up in the bed of our long marriage to start the work of husbandry anew? Find a better way of loving you. There. Let's see. Banjo time. That means different things to different people. I've kind of been on a Jimmy Driftwood kick here lately. Some of you might know who Jimmy Driftwood is. I don't know. He wrote the song "The Battle of New Orleans." That's kind of his main hit, I think. He wrote some other ones that other people recorded, but. This is a great, creepy song, but good one, just a good one that he wrote, that Peter, Paul, and Mary recorded, but, and he did too, of course, but and probably some other people. But I've kind of rearranged it a little bit. One night as I lay on my pillow, moonlight as bright as the dawn, I saw a man come walking. He had a long chain on. I heard his chains a-clanking. They made a mournful sound, welded around his body and dragging along the ground. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He stepped up to my window. He looked at me and he said, I am so tired and hungry. Would you give me a bite of your bread? He didn't look like a robber. He didn't look like a thief. His face was soft in the moonlight, and his eyes full of sorrow and grief. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. And though he was tired and hungry, a bright light came over his face. For a drink and a pan of cold biscuits, he said such a beautiful grace. Well, I got my hammer and chisel, offered to set him free. He looked at me and said softly, my friend, you best let it be. He had a long chain on, a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. He had a long chain on. Yeah, Jimmy Driftwood. I just wrote this song a few days ago. It goes like, tuning a banjo always takes longer than you think it should. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, it's not over yet. Wait a minute. Tune. Well, they're never in tune anyway. What does it matter? There's this song that's been kind of stuck in my head as we've been driving. I've been on the road for about a month now, almost a month. And we don't listen to a lot of music while we're driving, which might seem a little strange coming from a musician, but it's just the way it is. But I have had this song stuck in my head on repeat for most of the time. It's a Robbie Fulks tune. Church bells sounding, dark clouds on the mountain, dog in the pantry acting strange. My old man's calling each day, new problem, only the worrying don't change. Bolt on the back door and a rocker on the porch, where I rock my cares away. Hearts fall, troubles rise, hopes dim and rain dries, and old time music's here to stay. Playing on this 5-string keeps my hands from idling and takes me back when I was young. When I hear some old hobo picking on his banjo, I plug my ears and run. That electrified guitar I bought in '99 sits in the closet these days, and I watch the years unreeling. The more I get the feeling that old time music's here to stay. Using your mind for what it weren't designed for is a good way to go insane. For me, I've kept less than half what I pressed in my poor unwilling brain. When those old songs get down in your bones, you just let your fingers play. Living much makes you humble, everything built just crumbles, but old time music's here to stay. So I bolt the back door and I sit out on the porch and I watch my fingers play. What kills joy and sorrow? A little thing called tomorrow, and old time music's here to stay. Hearts fall, troubles rise, hopes dim, the rain dries, and old time music's here to stay. Let's see, how about an old time music song? Wish I was in London or some other seaport town, set my foot on a steamboat and sail the ocean round. Well, it's not old time because I added a minor chord, I guess, but I'll have to live with it. While sailing on the ocean, while sailing on the sea, think of handsome Marley wherever she might be. morning glow, in the morning glow, in the morning glow. She's just like the lilies in the morning glow. Do you remember handsome Marley when you gave me your right hand? You said if you ever married that I would be your man. I'd be your man, I'd be your man. You said if you ever married that I would be your man. Well, I went to church on Sunday, my true love passed me by. I could tell her mind was changing by the rolling of her eye, the rolling of her eye, rolling of her eye. I could tell her mind was changing by the rolling of her eye. So wish I was in London or some other seaport town. Set my foot on a steamboat and sail the ocean around. While sailing on the ocean, while sailing on the sea, I think of handsome Marley wherever she might be. While sailing on the ocean, sailing on the sea, I think of handsome Marley wherever she might be. Okay, I got these all these a cappella songs. I don't even know if I want to try one, but I'm going to do it anyway. That's one of the things I did while I was carrying mail, is wrote a bunch of a cappella songs. Because, you know, they don't like it when you play a guitar while you're delivering the mail. So let's see. Here's one about putting cows back in the fence, which I suspect you probably have to do around here sometimes too, huh? Got a call from the sheriff, said cows on the road. I hopped in the truck, to the pasture did go. Found the gate standing open and no one around. And out in the ditch all the heifers I found. Get along, little doggies, you're doing just great. Keep walking down the fence line till we get to the gate. Then turn and go in like a good heifer might, so I can go home for the rest of the night. It's a 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 5, 6, 7, 8, till the very last heifer gets close to the gate. She turns the wrong way and she runs and she bucks, and I can't hold my temper. I say, what the devil? I take a deep breath and I try to rebound. She's off to the west and I circle around. But as soon as I get her turned back the right way, here's 5, 6, and 7 headed back through the gate. Well, I picked up a stick and I tossed it their way, trying to turn them around before they got through the gate. But as soon as I did, knew I'd made a mistake, 'cause in that heifer's eyes saw the devil awake. Well, she pawed at the ground and she snorted black smoke, and she came for the blood of this tired cowpoke. I never before and I never have since, but I sprouted 2 wings and flew right over the fence. Well, that fence didn't stop her, she'd sprouted wings too. But I thought to myself, girl, I'm wilder than you. I let out a yodel with all of my might. Yodel-a-hee. I guess I was right. Sounds better when you don't have a cold. She stopped and she stared and she sniffed at the air like she couldn't quite tell if my mind was all there. Then she gave me a look of the deepest concern and kicked up her heels to the pasture did turn. Let that be a lesson to all you young guys. There ain't no one on earth you can't bluff if you try. Just yodel your head off, don't wave no big stick, 'cause they'll run for their lives from a crazy old cowboy. Now, let's see. I'm looking for songs with low notes only. Why does everything sound out of tune now? Theories? Anybody? How temperature maybe. Adjusting to the elevation. Their ears are popping. That's what it is. Okay, here's another question. How many of you guys have seen me before here? It seems like I'm seeing a bunch of faces I recognize. All right. So you can tell all the others that I'm usually a lot better and also more handsome and funnier too. And my instruments are usually in tune when I get up here. Right? Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's right. Okay. Let's see. How about another Jimmy Driftwood tune? Johnny was down by the moonshine still at the bottom of the holler by the side of the hill. He woke up at the break of day and he thought he heard his grandpa say, "Run, Johnny, run, the federals will get you. Run, Johnny, run, you better get away. Run, Johnny, run, the federals will get you. Run, Johnny, run, you better get away." Johnny ran to the top of the hill and he saw them federals around there still. They broke the barrel and the bile or two and they started drinking his Mountain Dew. Run, Johnny, run, the federals will get you. Run, Johnny, run, you better get away. Run, Johnny, run, the federals will get you. Run, Johnny, run, you better get away. Johnny making a run, and they took him up to Washington, put him to work for the government, making corn liquor for the president. Run, Johnny, run, the federals will get you and give you a government job. Run, Johnny, run, you better get away. Run, Johnny, run, the federals will get you. Run, Johnny, run, you better get away. Government steals and he ran on back to his home in the hills. Now them federals are on his tracks. He still owes $1 on the whiskey tax. Run, Johnny, run, the federals will get you. Run, Johnny, run, you better get away. Run, Johnny, run, the federals will get you. Run, Johnny, run, you better get away. Run, Johnny, run, the federals will get you. Run, Johnny, run, you better get away. Thank you guys for putting up with this and coming and smiling, laughing at all my stupid jokes. I really appreciate it. Because I mean, I'd be doing this, I'd be telling stupid jokes and playing music either way. It's one of those like tree falls in the forest kind of things. It's just, I don't know how it's like that, but somehow it's like that. Here's one. microphone, and I used to be used to playing in front of them, but then I got this cool like pedal thing, and I started DIing, like plugging in all my instruments. Then you can walk around on stage and like headbang and stuff. And then you get in front of a microphone and you forget that you can't just like step away back here. That's a pro tip for you. Stay in front of the microphone. It's what the professionals do. Fledged with the feathers of a neon hawk, cedar shadow, city in point. All of the hours you were thinking of me at the Tillery board, just half a hair more. It pulls like the earth of a life well spent. The question leads me down again. You've been like the hickory, shoot straight and shoot hard. I'm slower and weaker and missing target. Would you walk with me up a mountain, top the ridge line, looking at the plains of San Augustine for strong black tea and Molly's chocolate ride, just to listen to the wind of the pines. It's a world of sadness, it's a world of green, full of abundance, yet still full of need. It's a world of lightning, it's a world of thunder, it's a world of wonder. With all of the sorrow that a man can bear, you stand like a duffer. Offer you wisdom in the noonday sun. It's a world of wonder. It's a world of wonder. It's a world of wonder. It's a world of sadness, it's a world of greed, full of abundance, yet still full of need. It's a world of lightning, it's a world of thunder, it's a world of wonder. It's a world where the darkness fades into the day, and the sweet muddy smell of the breeze across the lake, and the fishing line connects us to the world down under where the channel cats are biting. And we sit on the shoreline with coffee and tin cups, talking in low voices while the sun slithers up, and the crescent moon still hangs just above the long horizon, like the universe was waiting for this. It's a world of sadness, it's a world of greed, full of abundance, yet still full of need. It's a world of lightning, it's a world of thunder, it's a world of wonder. I think I've got about 3 more in me. Is that all right? Not too many? Should I do 2 more? Okay. All right. Okay. This next one was, I'm going to say, loosely inspired by a Mary Oliver poem. Any of you guys fans of Mary Oliver? Okay. Same one that knew Wendell Berry. I like you. So this is a tune that I wrote. I thought it would be. I'm probably not the first person to ever. I'm sure I'm not the first person to ever think of this, but I thought it'd be cool to write a fingerstyle song in the octave mandolin. So I did one day after I spent a day fishing and reading Mary Oliver, which was pretty much like the dream life. Oh, day on the riverbank, I sit, I wait, I fast, go. Hung on spider thread. A wise man takes a night from the riches of the world to weigh down his pockets. He carries a lesson from the birds of the sky who claim ownership of nothing. It's the reason they can fly. All day on the riverbank, I sit, I wait, I cast, no longer holding to the questions I've over and over asked. I let the questions fly like severed kites while I take a walk and listen to the jukebox buzzing in the tall grass. A wise man takes a night. Wise man takes a night. A wise man takes a night. A wise man takes a night from the riches of the world to weigh down his pockets. He carries a lesson from the birds of the sky who claim ownership of nothing. It's the reason they can fly. Okay, I said 3 more, right? That was number 1. I already lost count. Okay, that was number 0, Johnson. All right, I had a plan, but I'm going to leave it behind because I want to play this one. Tim O'Brien is the reason I have this thing. You guys, any of you who are musicians might understand that when you go see somebody that you like and they have something that you don't have, you go home and you figure out a way to get what they have, you know, because you think it'll make you as good as they are. That's the secret to the music economy, all right? All you people that don't know this stuff. The secret to the music economy, and really consumerism in general, particularly music consumerism, is that you think it'll make you as good a musician as they are if you have the thing that they have. Yeah, and then you learn. Over and over and over we learn. No, you still suck. You have to practice. Anyway, this is a Tim O'Brien song. I like playing, I try to play a Tim O'Brien song every time I pick this up, if I can. And this is one of my favorites lately, because I just really feel it. Made up my mind to go somewhere so far away, I headed west. I'll never say goodbye, no hugs or tears they play, it's probably for cards along the way, said I was looking for a brand new life. I never settled down, my wanderlust would always cut the ties. Sometimes the lonesome wind, because that's just like it knows me. And on a night like this, when I don't know where to go, it shows me. Desert ground and the dusty wind that always blows. And I never made a mark, I just scattered footsteps on these shifting sands. Whatever pushes me is something only he could ever understand. I might count the hours till the day will end, but it's not so I can rest. For me it's a time that's best for talking to my friend. 'Cause he knows me. My brother will. Now I'm down to 1, right? Math, okay. All right, well, before I sing this last one, I just want to say thank you guys seriously for coming, being here. This is my job, which is crazy and super duper cool, although you don't get to take sick days. I mean, you can, but it's not a good idea. But seriously, thank you for coming. I'll be through again someday in Weiser. I love Weiser. And hopefully I'll be better than this. I'll keep practicing. But yeah, seriously, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming to. I'm sure some of you guys come to more than just this. But yeah, thanks for supporting things like this beyond just me. I mean, just art in general. It needs people to support it in order to exist. So thanks for being cool. This last one I'm going to do is another a cappella song. I grew up with a dad who played in a kind of a gospel bluegrass band when I was real little, and they did all kinds of a cappella gospel stuff, but which I love, and someday I'm going to be in one of those bands. But I wrote my own kind of Unitarian gospel song, and this is it. I've been closing shows with it for a while now, and I just love it. Someday I will get a quartet together and record this as a cappella song on a record. I don't know when. All right. That's the wrong song. Seasons come and seasons go. Some days are hard, gray and dark and cold. But every day's gonna come to an end when that big old plasma cutter in the sky circles around again. So try to be kind, try to be nice. Write a little song, paint a little picture, take a little agency in your life. Try to live the best you can, 'cause we're all gonna wind up laying in a hole in the ground in the end. Sometimes it sucks, sometimes it blows, sometimes the check shows up in the mail when you need it, other times it don't. Today you're rich, tomorrow broke. Don't let it get you down, sister, that's just the way it goes. Just try to be kind, try to be nice. Write a little song, paint a little picture, take a little agency in your life. Try to live the best you can, 'cause we're all gonna wind up laying in a hole in the ground in the end. Just try to live the best you can, 'cause we're all gonna wind up laying in a hole in the ground with worms crawling in our mouths. In the end, yes, in the end. Oh, thanks, guys.
Mr. John Depew, thank you so much.